Your family, your health, our passion. This is Family Practice with Dr. Jeffrey Fox, sponsored by Family Practice Associates of Lexington, PSC. Visit us at fpalex.com and like us on Facebook.
Welcome back. This is our community resource section, and my next guest is Melissa McDonald, who is the Executive Director of Feeding Kentucky.
Thanks so much for having me, Dr. Fox.
Well, thanks for coming in. You know, I'm hungry all the time. I love to eat, okay? And when I'm hungry, I can just go pick up something and I can eat. It just breaks my heart to think about people that can't do that.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about hunger in Kentucky.
Sure, and actually kind of what you described is when people don't know where their next meal is going to come from is more like looking at food insecurity. You know, hunger is that feeling that you get, that physiological feeling of being hungry that we all struggle with. We've all had that before, but struggling with food insecurity is definitely a major problem in Kentucky. We have around 753,000 individuals in our state that are identified as kind of living in a food insecure household, not really knowing where that next meal is going to come from. You look at the children rates right now that we're focusing on in our state. It's anywhere from about 1 in 5 kids, and then some eastern Kentucky and some rural communities you're looking at 1 in 3. We sadly have some of the most hungry counties across the whole country, and so we have some communities in eastern Kentucky that are ranked in a top 10 number that you don't want to be ranked in.
Now you said kids. Hunger can affect a lot of things.
Oh, it sure
kids.
can. I always like to say hunger knows no zip code. Hunger does not discriminate on who it hits, when it hits. We have a very high rate of seniors in our state. That would be anyone over the age of 60. That's also struggling with food insecurity, struggling with not knowing where that next meal is going to come from. We're looking at right around 151,000 individuals. That's about 17% of Kentuckians. And so those are ones that are really having to make that decision of, do I pay for my medication or do I pay for food? Well,
now, you serve a lot of people, and there are a lot of organizations to help this problem. Tell me about that.
Sure. So Feeding Kentucky is the largest charitable response to hunger in our state, and we work collectively with the 7 food banks, 7 Feeding America food banks across our state, to be able to create a way to find a hunger-free Kentucky. So those 7 food banks could be anywhere. For example, God's Pantry Food Bank, which is located there, one of their distribution centers is located here in Lexington. You have Facing Hunger, which is over in Huntington, West Virginia, that actually covers part of eastern Kentucky. And you can definitely check that out on our website at feedingky.org, and you can see the map of all the food banks that we work with.
Now, you gave the website, say it again.
feedingky.org.
Now that's one. They can also go to that website to learn about it, but they can also find out how they can. I guess you want people to help. You want money. Yeah. You want volunteers. Tell me.
Definitely. Well, there's one way that you can go on and you can find actually opportunities of where you're able to find food in your county. You can definitely go there. You can also be able to donate to our organization, or find a food bank in your area that you would like to donate to. Our food banks are always looking for volunteers. Specifically right now in the summer months is a great time to volunteer. Go on to any of God's Pantry's website and look at the volunteer opportunities. Or if you have a local pantry that's connected with your church, I always want to encourage, it doesn't have to be just with a food bank that we're working with. It can be with any type of soup kitchen, food pantry, schools that have a school pantry. Any time that you can get in and be able to give back, specifically in the charitable food system, we're always grateful for that.
Now, you mentioned in schools, sometimes when they're not in school, kids can be hungry, they don't get a meal, but there's a program, is it called Sun or Kids Eat Summer Meals?
It's the Sun Meals program. So you have the Sun Meals to Go program, and you can actually go on to our website again at feedingky.org, and you can go to our Kentucky Kids Eat site, and you're able to find a site finder where you can locate any different area, county in the state, and you can see where there could be opportunities for you to, or a guardian or a neighbor, find ways to feed their kiddos during the summer. There's also the Sun Bucks program, and that is actually a program that's similar to a SNAP program where you're able to, if you're eligible, you can look at our application that we have on our website to see if you're eligible. You're able to get $120 per child for the summer to be able to help with kind of filling that gap where you might not have, where you don't have the school meals program, to be able to find that gap, because we know that food can sometimes be a little bit more. Groceries can increase during the summer when you have all the kids back in the house.
Well, we thank you for all you do. We thank you for coming in, and thank you for the people that you
Thank
feed.
you so much. Appreciate this.
And we thank all my guests tonight, and thank you all for watching. If you'd like to watch this episode again, you can access it through the Family Practice Associates website at fpalex.com. Again, thanks for watching, and join us next month for more great healthcare information on family practice.